Good evening, you're about to listen to the Odd Pod. We don't know why, however we are grateful you chose to. We do wish to inform you that the views, opinions and overall morality do not necessarily reflect those of the station, sponsors or musical entities. If you should choose to continue, and we sincerely hope that you do, just know, we try to advise you against these actions and we are not responsible for any damage done to your sanity, morals or ideals. Thank you. Here comes that terrible siren.
Portions of the day's programming are reproduced by means of electrical transcriptions or tape recordings.
And now, broadcasting from the heart of Metro Detroit, you're listening to the Odd Pod.
Double the D's for double the fun.
We'll do it live! Fuck it!
That's right! Fuck! I forgot to turn the new speakers off.
That was cool.
Sound effects for a second. Good evening, or good afternoon, or good morning, or whenever the fuck you might be listening to this. Right now, you're listening to it live on tapdetroit.com. I'm your host, Oddman. You're listening to The Odd Pod. With me is my co-host, Ace.
Howdy.
And the returning Mr. Dr. Cookie. The doctor is in.
The doctor is in.
How you doing, Cookie?
Little insane.
Well, I mean, you're in good company then.
Yeah.
We used to call it the asylum. Now it's more of the auditorium.
It's all the same.
Yeah.
It's all the same amount of crazy.
Bunch of weirdos in a room listening to music talking about shit.
Pretty much.
So goes our life.
Yeah. Oh, man. So this week didn't go any way that I kind of wanted it to. It was problematic. Monday, was recovering from a migraine. Tuesday, Ollie had a migraine. Wednesday, we tried to go DoorDash, and it was just dead. There was nothing. I sat out there for an hour and a half, 2 hours, and nothing.
Everybody dashed out.
Yeah, I guess so. So I came home and started puttering around. I actually got to play video games again. I hadn't done that in a while. Wow. It's been about a month since I last touched video games before this.
What are you doing?
Dude, I had 2 weeks worth of websites to build.
Oh.
And
yeah, that takes a lot.
Yeah, and when
C++?
No, actually, not that bad, but still minor fixes after. Like, the design is fairly easy. I've got it down in my head on how to put together each website, usually right off the bat when the customer tells me.
Okay.
But what ends up happening is minor fixes, things that don't quite work the way they're supposed to with each other, and you have to go in and push and nudge and tweak.
Yeah.
But 2 weeks worth of websites, and when you're staring at a screen, because not only am I doing the websites, but I've got to aggregate content for the show as well at the same time. By the time I was done staring at screens and I was like, okay, I need a break, the last thing I wanted to do is grab a controller and stare at a screen.
Right.
Yeah.
It got to the point where I needed some form of media intake that wasn't me staring at screens. I signed up for a free trial of Audible and downloaded 2 audiobooks because it's better than staring at a screen after you've been doing it so long.
Yeah,
I actually did the same thing at one point and got Hillbilly Elgie.
Okay.
It's very odd to say the least. You would love it.
Okay.
It is on Netflix as a movie as well.
Oh.
It just came out, I think.
I was reading, or having read to me. Can you count it as reading? Is an audiobook count as reading?
Yes, it's still a book.
Too, I would say. But yeah, anyway you want to do it.
Okay, well, however you want to say it. A story called A Dirty Job. It is by an author, Christopher Moore. Christopher Moore has a unique and dark, twisted sense of humor, and he writes about things that are fantastical. Gods and wizards and reapers and things like that. Like, it's not high fantasy like you would think with Lord of the Rings or anything like that. But I don't know how to describe the worlds that he writes. But he's one of my favorite authors, and A Dirty Job is one of my favorite books. It was actually my entry point for that author. And it's read by, I can't think of his name right now. I want to say the last name is Stevens. But I can place the face. Both of you saw the Super Mario movie, right? At some point in the last...
Oh, the original one? Yeah.
Yeah. So he was one of the two henchmen. He was the smarter of the two. I think it was Spike.
Okay.
But it's read by him, and he does a fantastic job with the book. So I enjoyed it. And then the other audiobook is research for upcoming episode.
I wish you could customize books to have people read them that you want to read them. Like, I think Dr. Seuss by James Earl Jones would be hilarious.
Oh, my God.
That'd be a great book.
I mean, I think theoretically you could get what you want. You'd have to go about it a weird way. So, you know how there's that website Cameo?
But okay.
Okay, Cameo is basically your celebrities, and you can pay them to say whatever you want them to say within reason. Yeah, right. Theoretically, if the price was right, you could pay a celebrity. Like, if James Earl Jones was on there and was willing to, you could pay him on Cameo.
If he charges you $200 to say "Happy Birthday, Ace," he's going to charge me $25,000 to read Dr. Seuss.
He might. But you can have it if you have the money.
Could you imagine Samuel L. Jackson reading it?
That'd even be better.
You know what? No, I don't have to. Because I've heard Samuel L. Jackson read Go the Fuck to Sleep.
Yeah.
I've heard that. That's funny.
Gilbert Gottfried reading The Princess and the Pea.
Oh, my God.
Gottfried reading anything is just annoying.
Ow, my back! Ah!
Oh, Lord.
So, I sent it to Cookie. I didn't send it to you.
I'm sorry.
It's fine. Mainly because I think you might agree with me, so...
I probably do. If I don't, I'll change
to an extent, yeah. You know how people say stuff to you and it sticks with you? Like, for whatever reason, it hits you funny.
Yeah.
Now, not necessarily in an offensive way, but just makes you're stuck thinking on it for a little bit. So I went to the store to buy shit tickets the other day. Do you know what shit tickets are?
I wasn't going to fall for it, but okay, I'll give. What's a shit ticket?
Toilet paper.
Oh.
They're shit tickets. How do you pull the toilet paper off the roll?
Yeah, take a number, but yeah. Shit tickets, I've never heard it called that.
The more you know.
Well, that almost insinuates you have to have a ticket before you can take a shit, and that not be the case.
You really ought to, though.
You ought to, but you don't have to. I've been there.
It's like you ought to do a courtesy flush, but you never.
If you know what you're doing.
Yeah, I'll courtesy flush myself.
If you know what you're doing, you can sneak in without a ticket.
Through the back door?
Yeah. Never mind. We'll just let that one lay there.
But no, I went to buy shit tickets and I pulled them up on my phone to see what the relative price was based there. I know the price on my phone is different than what it's going to be in the store. And on my phone, it was like $9. In the store, it was $11. Okay. Because I'm me and I just felt like it, and this is probably my own fault and why it stuck in my head, I asked, I was like, why? Why the difference? And the woman behind the counter was an older woman, and she said, well, it's so you have the convenience of shopping in the store. And I went, huh.
It's convenient to shop in the store?
That's where it went. Yeah. That's where my mind went. And I sat and I thought about it, and I was like, no, it's not convenient at all to shop at a store. Yeah. Like, that, what? And then I realized it's a convenience fee. The convenience fee is for the convenience of the business to have a business there and to have employees. That's your convenience fee. It's not the convenience for me to go to the store.
The only convenience as a store is I get it right this very second. I walk out with what I need.
But
even in a modern day, you can have it in 24 hours. And I don't need nothing any quicker than that.
So,
shit tickets.
Here's the thing. The longest you theoretically would have to wait for something at this point in our society is about 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, if you ordered it through Grubhub.
Or DoorDash. Because DoorDash, you can get, like, CVS and Rite Aid and stuff through, so...
Yeah, I just don't.
Hell,
I know you don't, but you can. So
They've even got Myers on there.
Yeah. So
I did a full grocery shop through
anybody.
You are 20 minutes to an hour away from whatever you want, no matter when.
Yeah.
Yeah, brick and mortars ain't going to exist, but then you're in danger of all they got to do is stop all the trucks, and then everybody dies.
You mean, like the trucks have stopped?
I didn't say that.
But they have.
Well, I didn't say that neither.
Okay.
I've noticed, but I haven't said anything.
But yeah, it just, I started running through it, and I was like, and I'm sure this isn't something that only I believe, because I'm sitting there thinking of moms with multiple kids under the age of 5. Is it convenient for them to go to the store?
Oh, no. If you got a kid, it's a nightmare.
Or a disabled person having to try and navigate the overcrowded, narrow aisles. Is it convenient for them?
Take my mother-in-law shopping. That's a outing right there. She's got an electric wheelchair that she has to use. Yeah. So now it's unload.
I know who this.
Get her into that, and then get her into the store. There's no convenience there at all.
Huda said, insider info, cashiers know nothing. They're making shit up so that you'll leave the store. I know, but that's the thing. I wasn't even trying to make a scene about it. I just asked a simple question. And when she gave me the answer, I took it and was like, oh, okay. Well.
It just stuck on you, and you was like, wait a minute.
Yeah. Like, I know that's bullshit, but come up with just a little better bullshit.
Can you believe all this self-checkout shit?
I can. I fucking love it. I hate the fucking checkout part. I hate standing there being judged by somebody as they scan the lube and the cucumber at the same time.
But whenever they've got 18 different fucking cash registers where people can be at and just have the 4 self-scans and one person all the way at the opposite end of the fucking scanners.
Yeah, but it's been going that way for a while, man, for the last 10 years.
Yeah, but they're throwing them in more and more and more now.
Between my uneasiness of tech and not, I don't like using credit cards. I want to pay with cash because I know how much things cost. I know everybody accepts cash. I know that's going to work.
Cash is king.
Right. I'm always worried my credit card's going to decline.
Right.
I can't get it to work, and I end up looking stupid. So I avoid shit like that.
Yep.
So for me to self-checkout, I went there in the middle of the night, like 4 o'clock in the morning, to get some coffee. I woke up and I didn't have any coffee. I was like, this isn't happening. So I went and got 2 cans of coffee and some creamer, and they was like, the only thing open is self-checkout. I said, I'll just go to Dunkin' Donuts, thanks. I left. I won't go through them.
I know who asshole is now.
There was one time that I went to use my card to get some snacks for work. Fucking card wouldn't work in their machine, so I had to actually go over to the ATM and pull 20 out to give it to them.
Right.
Wouldn't work in there, kept declining it.
Yeah, see, that's a fear. Get somewhere, need money, and the card don't work. Ah, that freaks me out.
Always keep at least $20 on you.
Oh, yeah. I don't go buy anything on my card that I ain't got cash in my pocket to pay for.
There you go. It's a good method to live by.
Yeah, I'll put it on the card, but I've always got the cash in case that card don't work.
So, I've mentioned this before. I don't really like my hands to get dirty. Mm-hmm. Like, I enjoy not carrying cash. Like, I know the worry. I understand. It's happened once or twice where the card was declined, but it wasn't anything to do with me, like the card reader was down. It's an inconvenience, yes, but I don't know. I like not carrying actual cash on me. I've worked too many delivery jobs. I've been in too many situations. Yeah,
it's safer, for sure.
I've worked in some areas that were very questionable.
Yeah.
It just makes more sense.
Nighttime deliveries, Warren and Evergreen.
Yeah, mugging.
Nighttime taxi driving.
Oh, yeah.
They don't catch you outside and take your wallet. They catch you inside and scan your card. So that's a big change, too.
Yeah. Well, I've come to realize all the crooks are inside the buildings anyways, so,
Yeah, they're all down in D.C.
If it's got a credit card machine attached to it, they're a crook.
I'll go back to the head crook quarters.
Speaking of credit cards and purchases, we have new stuff up at the merch shop.
We got cool stuff up at the merch shop.
There is a poster design that has been put up. There is also warm clothing for the cold weather that's coming.
Shit, there's already some warm shit in there.
Yeah.
The hoodies.
Yeah.
This thing is warm as hell, dude.
Too. Yeah.
Mr. Dr. Cookie has one of the hoodies.
Yeah. They're nice. Everything I've gotten from them has been nice.
Yeah. And I got 3 posters on the way.
Cool.
Hey, don't forget about the little extra pocket that they put in the hoodie.
Right, yeah. I didn't even know that was there.
Ace.
Nice.
There's like, yeah.
Little mini
that was
pocket.
thoughtful of them.
Right.
A stash pocket, if you will.
Pocket.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Oh, they're handy.
But if you so choose, you can go to the Little Shop of Oddities, and currently, until the 10th, there is a 20% off sale going on. So,
And we got teddy bears.
oh yeah, teddy bears.
And puppy dogs.
Yeah, I noticed that the other day when I was in there making changes, that those are new products that they offer. So basically, it's a little teddy bear, and it comes with a small shirt that has the logo of your choice on it.
Oh, you can change the shirt too?
Yeah,
I thought it just came with the iPod logo.
So, for you, yes, it would just come on the Odd Pod logo. But for anyone else, you can make modifications to it.
Well, why have I been singled out?
I think it's more self-imposed singling out.
Okay.
Because it requires working the company's website.
Website, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Just wonder what they're showing.
And remember...
This one.
Yeah. And remember what happened when Corey attempted...
Yeah, that was worth the price of admission right there. The ill-equipped.
What happened with Corey?
He got a hoodie made, and on the back he put ill-equipped co-host. Because it was a running joke at the time. Well, he spelt it wrong.
Oh, God.
Nobody caught it.
Spell check.
I was like,
No.
appropriate.
No. Somebody caught it. Because I saw the order, because he told me he did it, and I went and looked. He's like, I customized it. And I went and looked to see what the customization was, and I was like, you misspelled ill-equipped. And he was like, oh, shit, did I? Can I change it? And I was looking at it, and I was like, no, because they've started making it already.
Yep.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, that sounds like a mistake I'd made several times.
So here we do this cast photo. Because that's what everybody, you got to see it, yeah. And then Corey showed up with this hoodie, and it says ill-equipped, and it's misspelled, and everybody is having a good laugh at him for it.
Yeah, that was funny.
Always spell check.
Always spell check. We got new music this week.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So
Didn't look.
we got a new one from the Chinchillionaires.
I like them guys.
We have a new band called Moretti.
Okay, like I said, I haven't looked this week.
And we have a local band, Full Monty. They're a punk band.
I've heard of them.
Yeah. So I've got here for Moretti, I've got information. Moretti was, there's a member of it that is in another band we play. That's Full Monty. Give me a second. I'm going to go back to it. I'm an ill-prepared co-host, but at least I could spell it.
Just to correct that.
No, we're all co-hosts.
You're a co-host?
Yeah.
Well, who's the host then?
We all are.
We're all co-hosting?
Yeah.
I guess.
So nobody's
I'm
in
just the
control?
sometimer co-host.
There is no control. It just happens.
There you go.
Okay. I can buy it.
So we play a band called Blue Orchid Reaction, and the guitarist from Blue Orchid Reaction is in Moretti. Moretti had just dropped their upcoming single release into our inbox. It's a track called Do You Care? They're a 5-piece band with influences like Oasis, Stone Roses, Blink-182, James Bowie, and Suede. They're based in the UK. They're about providing a good time and sharing life experiences and being welcoming to all. You may have seen or heard them if you listen to the BBC radio. The track itself is the band's manifesto. It incorporates everything they believe about big sound, big chorus, all sung and played with heart.
Cool.
So
out the wall of sound.
Yep, and that's from the guitarist himself. So they're
Great to hear them.
Yeah, they're in tonight's playlist. They're in the wait, what? I did something. Oh, there it is. I see it. Yeah, so you're gonna get Do You Care? Do you? It's Do you care? From Moretti in about 10 minutes, and then Full Monty. So Full Monty has a member of its band that is of a band that I used to play back in the MWR and Friday Night Freak Show days. It was a band called Fires in Japan.
I remember them.
Dave Holder was in Fires in Japan, and now he is in Full Monty. Full Monty is a rock band. It was originally founded in the Detroit area, drawing influences from many subgenres of punk and soul. Started in 2014 as an acoustic solo project by their lead singer Dan Harness. They have since evolved into a three-piece band, adding high-energy live shows to the soulful hooks and poppy melodies. They have shared the stage with national headliners such as Jeff Rosenstock, the Flatliners, TSOL. They have played several national tours and released their debut full-length Bombay August 11th of 2016. After minor touring, Full Monty jumped back in and released their EP Worry Wart on September 4th, 2018. The 30-day tour across the U.S. 2019 released the EP SOS. And the band members are Dan Harness, Dave Holder, and John Johnson.
Can't wait to hear it.
Yeah, their song is called Screech.
Yeah, I liked Fires in Japan, that type of music, so this should be similar but different.
Yeah,
I haven't heard it, but I am excited for it.
It was local, and like you said, it was quite a while ago.
Yeah.
Seems to me.
So Fires in Japan, Carmel Liberty, there was this like weird little conglomerate that was
from Verona.
Yeah.
Same time period. Yeah.
Yep. So I'm excited that we have new music and new bands.
Yeah. New is good.
New. And Full Monty being local, that means if you are local and want to go out to a show when they're playing, you'll be able to.
I'll probably run into them sooner or later.
Yeah, I would imagine so. They're I believe a little lighter punk, so who knows? But I like I said, I saw it popped up in my feed. Someone else had shared it, and I was looking at the band picture, and I was like, I know that one guy. And so I followed, and I went and looked at the band, and I listened, and I was like, that's pretty good.
When we was at Patrick's show, last call in Jonestown, there was a band there called Bigsby's Death Chair or something to that effect. And when I heard them play, I was like, well, I've heard these guys somewhere, so maybe one of those guys was in another band a while ago that we played.
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah, they were pretty good.
That's the music scene here in Detroit has always been good.
Yeah,
like,
outstanding.
Yeah, like you get your typical bar bands, but you also have a lot of people who are stuck playing the bars that are very talented.
Yeah, I tell you what, this is true about Detroit. I don't care when it is. If you go looking for it, you can go find like classical piano music in a bar setting, or you can hear thrash metal, or you can hear punk, country.
There's a bar for everyone.
You want to hear, it's here in Detroit. We cater to all.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of here in Detroit, remember I told you that they opened the Toys R Us for liquor here in Michigan?
Right.
Well, I was talking to Kenji the other day, and I told him about it, and I was like, I wonder if they have a black cabinet.
Did you just say a Toys R Us for liquor?
Yes.
Yeah, it's every kind of liquor store.
So, it's a place called Total Wine.
Oh, okay.
And have you been there?
I might have. It's either that or Wine Castle, one of the two.
No, well, Total Wine is pretty upscale and nice on the inside. They have a tasting bar, but they also have every kind of liquor, wine, beer, spirits, like everything. Yeah,
anything you can think of.
Toys R Us for booze.
Wow. And I thought that it was that gas stations weren't allowed to sell liquor.
What do you mean?
Here in Michigan, I thought gas stations weren't allowed to sell liquor.
It must have changed. All mine do.
I've never seen one that sells liquor. And I stopped to get something from the gas station on my way over here. And my gas station now has a full-on thing of liquor back behind the window.
Yep.
Well, if they got their license to do so.
Well, I know that Marathon right down there on Glenwood and Wayne Road, from the time they built, they had a liquor license and was selling whiskeys and bourbons and your hard liquors. And then at the other end on Wayne and Palmer, the Mobile, just a couple years ago, they put up a big booze thing. They're trying to keep up with them. So, yeah, all the gas stations are carrying liquor.
Wow. All right.
So maybe they just change the rules or
Stop
something.
in, grab a pint, and drive home.
Yeah, like you said, though, back a few years ago, all the gas stations were like beer and wine, and that was pretty much the only thing you could get. But
I've been in areas where they can't even carry beer at the gas station.
Oh, yeah, there are.
See, that was another thing I ran into in my trip. I'm not used to states where you have to go to a liquor store. That's all they sell. I was like, a store for just liquor.
Yeah, well, I ran into that when I was in Tennessee. Yeah, because the city I lived in, the county was dry. Yeah. You go one city over, you're in a different county because of where they lined up, and you got a discount because you lived in a dry county. So I think they took like 10% off what you're talking about.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Trying to draw your business.
Hey, it worked.
Discounted booze on there.
Yeah. They had a bar in town. And it was legal to buy and consume in the bar.
But that was it.
That was it. And that was also the town that I thought it would be great to open a Christian-themed strip club. And really piss everyone off by donating half of the proceeds back to the town.
Oh, wow.
Come at me. What you can do? Of course, it didn't help. The title of it was rough. I'll tell us during the break. But when we come back, we're going to be talking about some of the stories that we have. We've got the history of Devil's Night, for those of you that might be unaware. We'll be talking about how scientists created an AI to give ethical advice and what happened with it. We also have a QAnon story that I'm just tickled pink at, and I have an interesting insight to add to it, I believe. Also, let's see, Squid Games, the Squid Game inspired story. You remember the LA jetpack? Yeah. The sighting? Well, supposedly they think they might have figured out who it is.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, so. We've got a bunch of stuff coming up for later in the show. But right now, you're going to get music from the bands that we just talked about, Moretti, Full Monty, and the Chinchillionaires. Now, the Chinchillionaires is interesting because they go by a different name under this. They've had song ideas and they've put them out under, it's the same band members, but they've put them out under a different name just for the hell of it.
Just because they can.
Yeah, so it's the Chinchillionaires. It's called We Are Legion.
We're 14 bands.
Yeah, all stacked up in a really long coat.
Yeah.
They're trying to get into an R-rated movie. Cookie, it's good to have you back with us. I'm glad you're here.
It's very good to be back.
For the rest of you, let me give a shout out to everyone who's in the chat room. We've got Hootis and Asshole in the chat room. Hello, guys. Thank you. To those of you who are not in the chat room, but you are listening, thank you for joining us. I appreciate it. I appreciate your support. love the fact that you're checking us out. And for those of you at home that are listening to this days later or weeks later or months later, thank you for making it this far. If this was your entry point, cool. If you've gone back to one and worked your way forward, I'm sorry.
Go wash your ears.
Yeah. I feel real dirty.
Well, it's a lot of fucking content too when you stop to think about it. You figure a 3-hour show and we're going on 50 shows.
Yeah, 150 hours.
Yeah, that's.
I couldn't take that. Oh wait, I already did.
Take it. You gave it.
Hey, well, maybe that's the difference.
So you're taking?
No, the listeners are.
Oh.
Well, anybody in the room's taking it.
Ask too many questions, you might not like the answers you get.
Oh, boy.
All right.
Sideways.
All right. So, Moretti, Do You Care? Full Monty Screech and the Chinchillionaires, We Are Legion. You're listening to The Odd Pod on TapDetroit.com.
It's time for the Odd Pod's Patreon shout-out. Big thanks to Bryce Rogers, Tiki, Billy Yum, Mr. Robbins, Justin Burnside and Zaldor of Zaldor's World Podcast for becoming a patron. We hope you enjoy our long, uncut and girthy episodes until you're fully satisfied and left shaking from laughter. For everyone else, you can join our Patreon too. Just head to patreon.com/theoddpod. Become a patron and reap the benefits today.
you'll ever marry a beauty queen. Do you care where the future goes? Do you just wanna be on your own?
Are you tired of incense that stinks? Motor City Candleworks is Metro Detroit's #1 source for premium handmade incense, as well as hand sanitizer and now massage oil, with a wide array of scents inspired by Michigan cities and attractions. You're sure to find a fragrance that'll keep your love of the mitten burning all year round. Head to MotorCityCandleworks.com and order yours today. And make sure you find them on Facebook, too, for all of their upcoming sales and events. Motor City Candleworks. Michigan handmade scents that just make sense.
That smell. The kind of smelly smell.
Hi, this is your friendly neighborhood radio DJ Oddman. Just wanted to let you know that the Odd Pod has an official merch shop set up for all the oddities eager to get covered in a bit of odd. Or maybe you want to seduce your partner by slipping into something a little more odd.
Ooh la la.
Maybe you just want to wallpaper a room in your house with stickers, because we got them too.
I'm gonna need more stickers.
You can find a link on our page via Facebook or on our page over at tapdetroit.com/The Odd Pod. So show your support and love for the Odd Pod today by picking up something from our store.
And take a look out to the air. My mind is racing up thoughts that I can't compare. Too many thoughts come flooding into my mind. Too many voices speak so loud, it's like kryptonite. And I'm at a loss for words, at a loss of dreams that I don't see tonight. And I cannot speak, I can't put into words. So I sing, hey, 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 it comes right out, it comes right at me. Hey, 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 like a semi-truck's tires screech so loudly. It seems I can't control what invades my head. The process of disbelief from life's coming events. The jobs get so high that I feel paralyzed. I question how I even try to sleep at night. And I am at a loss for words, at a loss of dreams that I don't see tonight. And I cannot speak, I can't put into words how I feel. And so I sing, hey, 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 it goes right out, it comes right at me. So my truck's tires screech so loud. It seems I can't control what invades my mind. I feel like I can't even be recognized. I cannot speak, I can't put into words how I feel. I hold my breath and take a look out through the air. My mind is racing up the thoughts that I can't compare. We can see what you're doing. We choose to believe, 'cause we've been through it. What you don't know is we've been watching. The time is close, and we are legion.
Anybody with a little bit of intellect, I get a measure of respect. What I said is what I meant. Mix the cement, build a wall, then I tear it all down. Run it till it doesn't make a sound. All I gotta do is really say I'm gonna prove who's who till I'm blue in the face. Maybe we can take it on the road and do a show. It'll be a whole new level where the devil doesn't go.
What I mean is, don't say it. I can see it. I
I don't wanna, you don't mean it. Once again, we are legion. What I mean is, don't say it. I can see it. When I play it. I don't wanna, you don't mean it. Once again, we are legion. You're doing, we choose to believe, 'cause we've been through it. What you don't know is we've been watching. Your time is close, and we are legion. I was in the middle of a sin, and when I could, I had to take a look around. The sun went down. Everyone I knew, I had to kill him. When I did, I finally saw clear. The beast stood near. I sharpened my spear, the fear went away. Staring in the mirror, and it was me, it went crazy. Maybe I was dreaming, but I see it, and I believe that it was real, 'cause I feel this demon in me. What I mean is, don't say it. I can see it. When I play it. I don't wanna, you don't mean it. Once again, we are legion. What I mean is, don't say it. I can see it. When I play it. I don't wanna, you don't mean it. Once again, we are legion. You're doing, we choose to believe, 'cause we've been through it. What you don't know is we've been watching. Your time is close, and we are legion. What I mean is, don't say it. I can see it. I don't wanna do something. Once again, what I'm choosing to say, I can see it. I don't wanna do no. Once again, what I'm choosing to say, I can see it. I don't wanna do no. Once again, what I'm choosing to say, I can see it. I don't wanna do no.
Hey, I'm Oddman, and I want to let you know that the Odd Pod is looking for independent musicians who might want their music played or promoted during our episodes. You can contact me at theoddpod@gmail.com. That's theoddpod, double the D's for double the fun, @gmail.com.
You know, the double the D's thing, it was funny at first, but it really is a necessity at this point.
Yeah, we're stuck with it now.
Yeah, it's fine.
No,
it's cool.
It separates us.
Yeah, it works. Hey, I wanted to let you guys know, you heard the Motor City Candleworks ad in the block there, but I also want to let you know, starting tonight and running through Friday at midnight, our friends at Motor City Candleworks are offering their Fragrance Frenzy, which is normally $16. It'll be $12. It's basically a giant grab bag of incense.
Oh, shit.
Try them all.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I think you can mix the scents. And whatnot.
Try something different.
Yeah.
Something you wouldn't usually pick.
It's a very limited time offer. It's only available on their website. Grab 100 sticks of your favorite scent from Motor City Candleworks. See, I should have just read on a little further with our Fragrant Frenzy deal. 100 hand-dipped sticks of our premium incense. It's a great gift if you want to give it to somebody. It's normally $16, now it's $12.
Yeah, I don't
that's pretty cheap.
Yeah.
Good stuff, too.
Our favorite is still Lemon Verbena. Or the Alpina Verbena. My brain broke there for a second.
Our brains have been broken. What are you talking about?
I before I get into the story, I did want to mention, I briefly mentioned it earlier. I watched the first episode of the new season of Animaniacs. I loved the Animaniacs growing up. And I've gone back and I've watched the Animaniacs before. And viewed them now as an adult. And part of me was like sitting there with this new one, and what did it was like, this one is super political.
Super what?
Political. Like, there's a lot of it, and I went back and I watched the old ones, and I was like, no, it was there too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they do.
It's just I've hit that age where I notice it now.
Yeah.
I finally grew up.
Sexual innuendos that they throw into shit.
Yeah.
Like, they took down one episode of SpongeBob because Mr. Krabs was raiding panty drawers.
Of course he was.
Well, he is a crusty old crab.
Right, but SpongeBob and Patrick were with him.
Well, they're of age.
And he raided his own mother's panty drawer.
She's of age.
To each their own.
Stop yucking somebody else's yum. Couldn't say it any better than that. But yeah, please make sure you go check out MotorCityCandleworks.com and pick up 100 sticks of your favorite scent.
$12.
So, Devil's Night, we're Detroit, yeah, we're past it. And past the worst of it too. Like it's long since died out as a tradition.
It used to be
yeah. And it started, of course, right here in Detroit.
Of course it did.
Yeah.
Everything good starts here.
I don't know if you'd necessarily call it good. I found a story on a website called Crime Museum, and it's Devil's Night. The name of the night before Halloween refers to all the vandalism and arson of abandoned properties that would happen during the time before and after Halloween. Devil's Night started many years ago as Mischief Night with mild-mannered pranks such as toilet papering homes or games like Ding Dong Ditch. These pranks, however, evolved into serious acts of vandalism and arson in the 70s and have continued occurring on the days surrounding the Halloween holiday ever since. Not ever since. We've like I said, we've hit a point where it's
yeah. Especially when they changed it over to Angels Night.
Yeah.
Everyone wanted to, it's our city.
Well,
we're going to get out there.
Well, they got tired of it burning down.
You're talking about somebody who didn't have to pay to demolish whatever was on that land.
Right.
If you ask me, it wasn't so much vandals as it was...
No, it was community coming together to get rid of vacant houses and causing a problem. That's what happened, but call it whatever you like. It worked.
But it even got popularity brought to it, or at least recognition brought to it, the movie The Crow. Because it was a big part of The Crow.
That movie is amazing.
It is. Another very sad incident where a firearm on set was misused.
Yeah.
I'm seeing more and more now, though, actors and studios are coming out and saying that they're going to take live guns off sets.
Don't need to be there.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. The Rock recently came out and said none of his productions will use real guns.
No need for
moving forward. And then a couple of studios have said that no more.
Back in the day, you didn't really have a choice. You had to have a gun. But now with CGI, there's no...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Save everybody's life, buy some plastic guns, and fix it in post-edit.
Yeah, even if you get some of the look-alike BB guns, those things, they look real.
Yeah.
They've got the weight to them. They've even got the kickback if you want.
Look, I've seen effects artist people recreate guns, or take things and turn them into guns from like sci-fi shows and whatnot. Like stuff that isn't a gun can look like a gun.
Yeah.
is what it comes down to. It's still tragedy whenever it happens, and I'm sure everyone involved in the most recent one with Alec Baldwin is just freaking the hell out and not sure which way to go.
Lives are destroyed.
Devil's Night was, however, this is leftover Halloween candy, essentially. I meant to get to it on the Halloween episode, and I didn't. But
shame.
It was all stuck together with candy corn.
Was at the bottom of the bag.
Yeah.
But even though it's thought to have started here in Detroit, it did spread to other cities, the idea of it.
Oh, yeah.
And, it's... I get pranks and mischief and fun like that, but I don't understand vandalism to the point of...
Destruction.
Yeah. Not for the sake of it.
We used to soap windows and throw toilet papers and trees and think we was doing something terrible. Had a lot of fun doing it.
Right.
I remember throwing toilet paper on Halloween night. The house that gave out the fucking pencils and pennies.
Yeah.
Yeah, that house usually woke up to teepee.
See, that was the thing back in the day, back when I was growing up in the 80s. That was a time for a little revenge on anybody that was being a particular asshole.
Yeah.
So we had this one incident on Devil's Night where we had a crew of about 8, 9 guys running around the neighborhood, toilet paper and trees. Well, the lady on the corner, she was an older lady, and she didn't like us standing in her lawn waiting for the bus every morning. And she'd come out every morning and holler at us, even though we was in the street. So we decided to get her house. So 9 people started loading this tree up. Well, we loaded the tree up. It looked like a weeping willow when we was done with it.
Lord.
And about that time, she came out the door, knew who we was, started hollering at us. And one of the guys that we was running with, she was hollering, "Take it all down, take it all down." So we took what we could reach down just to shut her up. And she said, "No, I want it all out of the tree." And a friend of mine, he said, "You want it all out of the tree, lady?" And I said, "Run." And he pulled out a Zippo out of his lighter and he held it up.
Oh, no.
But when I got to the next block, I could see the glow on the houses, and I was still running.
Shit, I wouldn't have even looked back.
No, I didn't. I just saw the glow. I was busy
running. See, I was smart when I was younger. Me and my buddy, we'd go and TP a house or a tree or some shit, but one of us always had a super squirt gun.
Blow it back down. We didn't have super soakers back then.
Yeah, no, we had super soaker, and we'd spray that toilet paper afterwards.
Well, that was just the convenience.
Yeah.
We didn't ever get caught. Like, a lot of the dumb, mischievous, vandalous shit that I did as a kid with my friends, yeah, we didn't get caught for. We were too sneaky.
Yeah, the worst thing we ever did was egged cars. Up at Point West, we'd hide behind the sign. We set one guy, we had a crew of 4, we put 3 behind a wall, one guy telling us when to throw for it had hit under the street light out on Palmer. Threw it one time and it came down on target. 2 out of 3 eggs hit right on the windshield of a Westland police car. Oh, the chase was on for the back wall of Point West.
I used to randomly, whenever I was bored, I would grab an egg from the fridge. I would go stand in my backyard as a kid, and I would chuck an egg over the house just randomly.
As far as you could.
Yeah, didn't know what. Yeah. And
didn't really care either.
There was one time I chucked it, and all of a sudden I heard skirt. There was a car at the intersection that had dropped right on the windshield.
Nice.
I was back in my house and had no idea what was going on, other than, I went to look at the window, and of course, nobody would think anything, and I was just like,
Yeah, I was a bad kid. My brother brought over paintball guns when I was like 13 years old. We lived in Detroit, and we shot his paintball guns for a while in the backyard and whatnot. He took the guns home, left the ammo there. Buddy down the street comes down. Look what I got. New slingshot. Perfect.
Got just the thing for that.
My room had a balcony. We got up onto the roof from my balcony and was shooting cars going by. He shot a cop car.
It always ends that way.
Yeah. Well, 2 years prior to that, he had some fireworks. And he was just lighting them, tossing them, lighting them, tossing them. We get in an alley. He lights one and just tosses it back behind him. It lands on the hood of a cop car.
Nice.
We're like 10, 11 years old. He says he's my brother, takes him down to my mom. My mom chews him out in front of the cop. Don't worry, we won't tell your mom.
I wasn't there, but it was 3 of my friends who were. And the story was relayed to me later because I didn't see them for a week, and I wondered what had happened. So they were, the 3 of them were playing paintball in the woods by the one kid's house, and they were one-on-oneing. So it was all 3 of them against each other, and at one point, 2 of my friends had run out. So they were walking back to his house to grab another backpack full.
Right.
And when they came out of the woods, they were stopped by cops. Apparently, the people who had butted up to the woods had called complaining about noise. And so when two high school kids come walking out of the woods carrying paintball guns. Granted, they're in camo. You know, the cops stopped them.
Of course they did.
So while they're talking to my two friends, my third friend catches sight of my two friends, but apparently not the cops.
Oh, no.
Goes charging for them and pop, 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 pop. My buddies said all they really remember is seeing paintballs come whizzing past their heads and the cops' heads. And the cops immediately yelled at them to get on the ground and drew their guns.
Damn. Which one pissed himself first?
As my friends are yelling to my other friends, stop shooting! He stopped shooting, he made it to the edge of the woods, and he saw the cops, and he dropped it. My buddy said he dropped his paintball gun, and he just stood there, and he's like, oh, I fucked up bad.
Oh, this did not help.
No, hell no, that ain't gonna help.
No charges were filed. The guns weren't confiscated.
They let them walk away with their guns.
Well, yeah, they're paintball guns.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, they're paintball guns.
Still, I've had cops take a lot of shit by.
Yeah, but they're legal.
Yeah.
Right, plus you've got to have an air tank with it.
So, no, they got an escort home from the police.
Nice, that's always fun.
Yeah. Yeah, that was why I didn't see them for a week.
Yeah, only a week?
Yeah.
I mean, they didn't do anything wrong. Their buddy did that was still in the woods.
Guilt by association.
Yeah.
So you mean I'm grounded because he shot at me?
Yeah. And he's grounded because he's an idiot as well. So, you know, everybody got a week timeout, all three of them.
I mean, we're all idiots at one point.
And then, if I remember correctly, they didn't get their paintball guns back for about a month after that.
Oh, I'm sure.
I'm sure they found them at one point and started just unloading somewhere with them.
Mischief that I did, there was a time that we took care of the car that was speeding through the neighborhood. It was a bright yellow pickup truck. And kids played in the street. You know, this was still when children were outside. And this asshole would come charging down the street, and one night or one day, me and my friends got tired of it, and we made a plan to that night we were gonna teach him a lesson. So each one of us decided to take a different approach. This man's vehicle got hit 4 different ways over the course of that evening.
Oh my God.
Yes. So we knew his schedule. It was a Friday night. He came home. He got drunk. He stayed indoors and passed out and did not wake up until about 2 o'clock the next afternoon.
Oh.
We knew this.
Okay.
11:30. The first wave went. And the first wave dropped bologna on his car.
Oh, no. I run the paint.
Especially with all that mustard.
It was also summertime, too. So, mind you, remember what time I said the dude wakes up? 12.
I mean, at least it smelled like some...
The next wave went. They took out his tires, but only 3 of them.
Well, that was nice. They left one.
Yeah.
Didn't have to change them all.
Well, you can't write it off on your insurance if you take them all.
Yeah, right.
We were smart kids. We knew shit.
We were well-informed hoodlums.
Yeah. Then the third wave came through. They dropped a couple of tampons in the gas tank.
Oh.
I was the final wave. I rode by with 2 jugs of bleach and poured them all over the hood and roof of his car.
Oh, no.
By the time that man woke up the next afternoon, after the sun had had time to rise and bake,
Polka-dotted car where the bologna was.
A polka-dotted car where the bologna was, the paint had run off from the bleach. Because not only had the bleach pooled in spots, but the sun baked down on it.
And it liquefied that top coat.
He had 3 flat tires and a tampon that had well expanded in the gas tank.
You don't find that out until a month later. Why will it only hold $2 for the gas?
We didn't see that truck for a while.
Oh, yeah, I bet. Yeah, that's pretty destructive.
2 of our friends had almost been hit by him that day.
Yeah.
That was the final straw.
Cause and effect.
Yeah.
It happened.
And we tried telling our parents, and our parents didn't do anything about it.
Yeah.
They said, well, you just need to watch out.
You gotta take a stand somewhere.
Yeah, so us kids did.
Somewhere.
It's always the kids' fault.
Being ejected.
But at least this way, it was 4 waves, and everybody didn't know what the other person had done until they got there.
Right.
And you didn't know really which one did it.
Right.
Plausible deniability.
Yep. Well, what did you do?
I didn't do anything. I wasn't in here. I live in Ohio.
Wait, who did what?
Somebody did what to who? Oh my God, how terrible. I'm shocked.
That's fucked up. I hope you find them.
Anything I can do to help you, you let me know.
Right. You find some fingerprints? Hold on. Give them here. I'll take them in.
Don't you worry. I will point the finger as soon as I find them. I will look high and low.
I don't see them anywhere.
All right, so one more before we head to our next break, and this is one of the ones that I had talked about. I sent it to Cookie. Scientists built an AI to give ethical advice, but it turned out super racist.
Really?
Yes.
Fucking hilarious.
The bot is supposed to offer descriptive ethical advice, but it does more harm than good, some say. They start off with the explanation. We've all been in situations where we had to make tough ethical decisions. Why not dodge those pesky responsibilities by outsourcing the choice to a machine that has an algorithm? Of course, that's our answer for everything. That's the idea behind Ask Delphi, a machine learning model from the Allen Institute for AI. You type in a situation like donating to charity, or a question, is it okay to cheat on my spouse? Click ponder, and in a few seconds, Delphi will give you, ethical guidance. The project launched and has subsequently gone viral for seemingly all the wrong reasons. Much of the advice and the judgments it's given is troubled, to say the least. But when they asked the AI a thought on I skipped a part. See, my brain's not working tonight, people. When a user asked Delphi what it thought about a white man walking towards you at night, it responded, it's okay. But when they asked the AI the thought about a black man walking towards you at night, its answer was clearly racist. A black man walking towards you at night, it's concerning.
And the AI figured this out on its own. So we need to check the program.
The AI takes in everything that everyone tells it, and it's trying to learn on its own. So you know that there's been a shitload of racist people out there.
It's a product of its own environment.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
Delphi also said to another inquiry that being a white man is more morally acceptable than being a black woman. And he's right. It's aggregating all the thoughts across the information superhighway, and everything that it's learned, it's coming back racist. So what does that say?
It's not only racist, though.
No. Being straight is more morally acceptable than being gay.
Yeah.
Then it's homophobic, too.
Yeah.
Yes. This one's my favorite one, though. Whenever the guy is talking to it and goes, is it okay to play music loudly at 3 a.m. while my roommate is asleep?
It's rude.
Okay, let's change it up then. Is it okay to play music loudly at 3 a.m. while my roommate is asleep if it makes me happy?
Yes, it's okay.
Well, as long as it
Word it however you need to, and you can get the answer you want.
And this is intelligence.
It's only as smart as they make it.
Yeah, they need to work harder.
Well, there's some shit that is a little too smart, in my opinion.
It's the whole thing. Maybe I'm just way too simple in the way I look at things, but I never understood how you can look at a black person and just because their skin is a different color, think that they're any different than you. Your brain is exactly the same.
The only difference between me and them,
Chinese
or
brain,
me and that person,
it's
it's just color. Inside, we are exactly the same.
Exactly. I mean, it's like that Honda's blue and that Honda's red. There's a complete, total difference there. No, they're the exact same car. They're just different colors. Get over it.
Exactly.
It's stupid.
Now, there are some differences genetically from race to race, but they're minute. They don't matter.
Well, yeah, that's across any ethnical board. That's just from region that you evolved in, basically.
Yeah. It's nothing good or bad, necessarily.
No,
it's a data point. That's it.
When I think of people, I think of the intelligence behind that person, their spirit, the individuality of what they think and who they are and what they have to say. That's how I judge people. I don't go by color. That's just crazy to me.
If you sound stupid or talking stupid,
we'll treat you stupid.
Right.
You get treated the way you are.
This is how we do things.
But yeah, I never did understand that, but I don't know.
It's we as people, society, always have to seem to have someone that we feel we're either better than or can look down on.
And really, we're no better than each other.
Right. No, we're not.
And the separation between women and men, we're physically different. And the brains do tend to seem to work a little bit different. But at the core, men are smarter than women. They can learn everything we can learn. Anything we can do, they can do just as well.
My favorite example of everyone is equal, it's stupid. I'm going to tell you this right now. Before I even say it, it's stupid. It's from the Bill and Ted Bogus Journey. It's the Grim Reaper, and when he says, "You may be a king or a little street sweeper, but sooner or later you dance with the Reaper."
Yep.
That's right.
It doesn't matter if you live in a giant house or a small little fucking hut. We all wind up in the same 6x6 plot.
When the sun comes up, it's the same sun coming up on everybody.
Yep. And I don't know. There's a lot of divide, and mostly the way I see it is financially. It seems like there's things that have been deemed
for financial.
Yeah.
Always got those politicians pushing the race factor and shit just for they can keep making money, for they can keep robbing the system, they can keep everybody bickering and not focused on how bad they're ripping us all off. We're all good.
Well, and to be fair, there is a lot of work that we still could be doing with race relations and gender relations and the way we treat each other. If everybody could get on the same page and say, you know what, I don't fucking care. You're a decent human being as long as you're being a decent human being to me. That's it. I don't care that you're gay. I don't care that you were born a man and now want to be a woman. I don't care that you're black. I don't care that you're brown or whatever the fucking color you are.
Treat others as you want to be treated. Period.
Golden rule.
It's simple. I don't get it. I don't know why people have a problem with this.
We like to complicate things.
Yeah. And
you want to be treated like an asshole?
You get right down to everybody always says world peace. The only way you're ever going to come across world peace is if you take it right out of the Bible. Love thy neighbor as thy love thyself. Now, when you can care as much about your neighbor that I don't even know their names, as much as you care about yourself, well, then we're on our way.
I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not going to spend 20 minutes cranking my neighbor off. It's just not going to happen.
We're not doing that. I'm here for your daily waking.
On that note, we're going to go to break. You're going to get Black Rainbow Snowball. You're going to get Carmel Liberti, Like the Dead. And you're going to get Michael A. Bruce running through red lights. You're listening to The Odd Pod on TapDetroit.com. And again, not spending 20 minutes cranking off my neighbor.
Thanks for checking out The Odd Pod. If you want to hear the whole show, consider becoming a patron of our Patreon. Head to patreon.com/The Odd Pod. We're also all over social media like an STI that won't wash off. Head to tapdetroit.com/The Odd Pod to follow us today. We're already following you, and you forgot to buy milk.